So I am currently heading over to a friend's house to play Dungeons and Dragons. I've been playing the game for about a year and a half now. It's close to being a year and a half, I think, or 2 years maybe. I'm not 100% sure. And when we first started out, as a small group, and for some unknown reason, while we were playing, there were other people who wanted to join our group. There were other people that wanted to play. So our group kind of grew a little bit bigger, and the room kind of got a little bit more smaller. We didn't really have, a lot of wiggle room, but we managed. But when I first started doing D&D, I didn't realize how much math is involved with playing Dungeons and Dragons, because you gotta add your hit points, you gotta subtract your hit points, you got to add your money, you gotta add your money, subtract your money. There's a lot of things that you gotta keep an eye on when you're playing the game, and also when leveling up. When I level up, I get so confused when I level up, because it's so confusing. People understand it, but I don't. I think what gets me is I'm leveling up. That means I get more spell slots. That means I get more hit points. To be honest with you, I'd rather try to understand it a little bit more than just going by what I think I know, if that makes sense. But playing Dungeons and Dragons, it's fun. It gets me out of the house. We play once a week. We play every other week. So we play every other Sunday at my friend's house, and we play for about a couple of hours, maybe from 1 to 5, maybe, or 1 to 3, I think. So the first campaign that we did, we were at a Witchlight Carnival, I think it was called, a Witchlight Carnival, and we were doing some investigation there. We rode snails in a race, which was pretty cool. It was really neat because the Dungeon Master, my Dungeon Master 3D printed some snails for the race, and he also 3D printed our characters, which was pretty also cool. It is just one of those things that, it's really neat. So, anyways, so Friday, I went and done my taxes. I'm getting a little bit more money than I was last year. I lost money. For some reason, she was talking to me about my side gigs that I do for DoorDash and Walmart Spark. And I think she said, I'm not 100% sure if she said this or not, but I think she said that I lost more money in doing DoorDash and Sparking than I would have just plainly working. It was a lot of money that I lost because of that. So anyway, so I was still in town. I was gonna do a video like I'm doing right now, and then I decided, you know what, heck with it. I'm gonna do a Spark order, see what's out there, just to play around. And I did get a Spark order. It was a fairly decent order. It was a $27 order with a $4 tip, and basically it was going to get medicine and going to buy groceries. It wasn't really that big of groceries either, so it was like whatever. And then my daughter came and texted me saying that she needed to be picked up from the school, so I was right in town anyways, so I went and picked her up and brought her home. But I don't know. So, and for the rest of the weekend, I pretty much just sat and bummed all day. I didn't really do much Saturday. I want to say I did Saturday. Where did we go Saturday? Oh, Saturday, yes. So I didn't really do much on Saturday, but I did. So I decided to go along to the Lawrence High School in Waterville, I believe. And I was there to watch my daughter sing. She's not my daughter, she's my son. But it's really difficult to kind of say that. But she basically wanted, she was at this concert, and it was a KV concert, so it was like I don't know how you want to say it, but it was a concert, right? So I had my camera, and as the kids were singing their songs and their music, whatnot, I had my camera, and I'm like, I got to get better shots and better angles of some photos that I would like to take that are worth it, because I can see in the auditorium where I could take shots of photos of these kids singing. So I was sitting in the back, I was sitting way up in the bleacher section. There's a guy in front of me, he had his camera on his phone on, recording, and I was like, I don't really want to get in his way from recording his daughter or whoever. So I just kind of sat right there, and just took shots. But here's the thing. Now, my camera, I've had it since I worked at the tannery. So I had it during COVID, when COVID hit. So I've had it for about 5 to 6 years now. What is that going across the road? Oh. It was a little hermit. Not a hermit, it was an otter. Oh, that was cute, an otter. Anyways, so the camera is about 5 to 6 years old. It's a Kodak Pixar Pro camera. I've had it for quite a while. The problem I'm facing with it now is, it takes decent pictures, but when I look to see in the camera that it's taking a very clear picture that's really flawless, I should say. It's a flawless shot, but when I download the photo on my app on my phone or on my iPad, or my tablet, I should say, the photo is kind of blurry. It's not crystal clear, and I'm working with other apps that I can find to edit photos and to not just edit photos, but make them crystal clear, make them HD, and it's kind of challenging to find an app that will actually do that. And so basically I'm test running these apps to see how well the pictures come out. They came out okay, but it could be a little bit better. I do have Photoshop, and I do have Lightroom. I do have some apps on my phone and on my tablet that I can use for the camera. Like they're Adobe programs, so Photoshop and Lightroom, but none of them that I have seen, on the app can make the pictures that I want crystal clear. And it's a struggle, because it's like you want to make him crystal clear and make him look really good and representable. So when I'm taking the photo and I'm digitalizing it, I'm trying to make this photo crystal clear. The centerpiece, or whatever's in the center, or the object in the picture, like say a crane, the crane will be clear, but around the crane itself, like the trees, the bushes, the leaves, they're all blurry, and they're not crystal clear. It looks like a water paint type thing, an oil paint thing, something like that. So I'm still trying to find an app that will really work for me. I haven't found an app yet that does work for me. There was one app that I thought was really good. Can't find it now, but it doesn't make the pictures crystal clear like I wanted it to. So, but it's a work in progress. I wish I could understand more about the Lightroom and the Photoshop apps that I have. I can't, for some reason, don't know how to make the pictures crystal clear and make them look good out of doing this program. I would like, however, to go and join a Photoshop class, or a photography class that I can take hands-on, in person, and just go from there and just learn. Because that's what I want to do. I want to learn photography. I want to get out there. I'm an on-the-road photographer, in which I kind of blind myself, because really not an on-the-road photographer. I'm more of just like an amateur kind of photographer. You know, I say like I'm going to do stuff, but I don't really do it. I don't get out. So, yeah. But the thing that gets me really that's really bad is the fact that I have anxiety, and so forcing myself to get out there and do on-the-road photography is one thing, but to actually do it is one thing. So, anyways, I am here at my friend's house to play D&D. I will talk to you in the next one.